Yes, everybody, Russ on the West Ham Network. Hope you are all safe and well. Unfortunately, West Ham have lost 2-0 to Spurs. 2 second half goals, one by Emerson Royale, one by bloody Heung-min Son. Have compelled West Ham to remain in the bottom three, 20 points from 23 games. The bottom three are us on 20 points, Leeds on 19, and Southampton on 20. We're not going to have a massively long highlight show because there wasn't many highlights at all. Not many highlights at all. It was a very poor game from us, set up defensively. No real full momentum. You knew exactly what we were trying to do. We was going to try and keep it, with 70 minutes, and then bring some firepower on. The bench was good. The squad was good, but didn't work out, did it? It didn't work out, unfortunately. And we go into the game. We finished the game 2-0. Heung-min Son, again, you knew when he's going to come on, he was going to score anyway. And let me bring Matt in. Let's bring Matt in quick. We're not going to go on for long, Matt, obviously, because the highlights show there was no fucking highlights apart from.
Well, the thing was, I was just saying at the end there, there wasn't actually that much in the game as a whole.
No.
It really was like a 0-0 written all over it.
Yeah.
And then, as you, 2 mistakes from Rock Bonner. Rarity for him. First one plays everyone on side. Their wing backs, our wing backs don't track their wing backs. Second one, like you said, that just really, the second one got him subbed at the end, didn't it? He subbed Doggy. He got bullied out of strength, and he got bullied by Harry Kane. Harry Kane. Didn't buy the foul either, which is the worst bit. He didn't even try and take the foul, and ended up just cushioning it for a header for Kane to feed Son through for the inevitable fucking Kane Son goal against West Ham. I don't even know. Like I've seen the group chat. I don't understand Moyes' tactics today at all.
I understood what he's trying to do, because actually, for me, he was going to try and pad that midfield out, right, and he was going to try and eke one out. That's what he always does away from home. That's what
never works.
That's what he's always done. That's what he's always done for the last 2.5 years, unfortunately. That's all he does. Well, it did do for the last 2.5 years, but he's not working now. And the thing is, he's not changing it. That's the thing. No. It's like, and occasionally you get a really weird game where he'll, for some reason, play like Lanzini in the deep, and it'll be like one of those weird games where actually we go, what the fuck haven't we not played like this all season? But these things always happen, but it's, for me, it just, I thought Spurs, the second half, they cantered it. They won it in a canter. They could have easily, if they wanted to, probably put 3 or 4 passes.
I said to you, the reason I say I don't get it, I like tactics, because we sat there and we said, look, we normally play the 3-4-3 at the moment. The wing backs making the midfield 2. And then when we go defensive to try and shore it up, we go to the 5-3-2. You drop the X-man from the attacker into the midfield. But it wasn't even that, was it? Like, if you really think about it, it's almost like we basically played like a 5-4-1.
Yeah.
It's like Downs was playing right mid. Bowen was playing left mid. And then he was trying to play up front when we were attacking, but it was just so little attack.
Well, there was nothing, was there? I mean, Troge makes a good point. If you're going to play ultra defensive, just make sure you defend properly. In reality, if those 2 mistakes, if Boggy hadn't made those 2 mistakes, then it'd be 0-0, and then you'd probably throw. Or he would have done the same thing it was the same game plan, would have bought Ings with 15, 20 minutes to go and try to nick a goal. And that's what he would have done. But unfortunately, the game plan didn't change. That was his game plan. That was clearly his game plan from the start.
As I've said.
And he didn't deviate from it.
He's reactive, not proactive.
Yes.
He doesn't have a plan B.
Yeah.
It's not like I said as well at the end there. I said, unfortunately, it all kicked off in like the 93rd minute.
Yeah.
If it had kicked off in like the 50th minute or the 60th minute, it may have fired us up, because we looked fired up for the last, unfortunately, the last frigging 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I said before this run, I want him always gone. A couple of draws haven't changed my mind. He doesn't know how to get the best out of the players he's got. Like he doesn't know how to change tactics based on the team they're playing. He has never in his career given it a go away at the big teams. Like I don't think he's never won against the big six away from home.
He's never won away against any of the big six, I think. And I think that's always been a case for him. You know, so it's just I mean, personally, I don't think in terms of my head, I don't think you'll see anything happen. I think you won't. I know you won't. It'll still be there for the Forest game, and that game will probably be the game like Everton was. Like he had to win it to keep his job, and probably it's going to happen again with Forest game because that's what will happen. Because that just seems that it's almost like a save our season game, and I mean Forest are starting to get a little bit of form now. I mean, someone made a good point. I can't remember who it was. It might be Mickey. It might have been someone. It seems all the teams below us are showing a bit of bottle, but we're not. And that's the thing. It's bottle. I mean, as you said, this weekend you had Southampton somehow getting a point. 3 points at Chelsea. You had Everton beating Leeds, but I didn't miss that one. You got Man City, the Man City result, and. It just seems that the teams around us are showing a little bit more bottle and more fight than we are.
I suppose it's all if buts, ands, and maybes. I mean, Man City missed a couple of sitters against Forest, should have had a penalty. But
it doesn't
Chelsea
matter.
It doesn't matter. They got the point. That's the problem. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They got the point. Bournemouth beat Wolves, which in some ways probably does it. I know they put above us for now, but it actually does everyone a favour because it keeps Wolves in it.
Yeah,
it doesn't let Wolves get away from it.
Yeah, it might close the bottom bit, but
it actually condenses everyone else again.
And like same as the Everton Leeds.
The annoying one was Southampton.
Yes, that was the annoying one. And
then Everton against Leeds. I tell you what, for as much as we say Leeds, we look awful right now. In that game yesterday, Leeds offered nothing. They offered nothing.
Yeah.
Without a manager, they seem quite rudderless at the moment.
And to be honest, that is always. And I know people will go, "No manager's better than no manager's better than." If they did do this thing, if they did get rid of Moyes, look at the situation. I mean, I'm just saying, look at the situation with Leeds. They are completely rudderless at the moment. And yes, it may be better than nothing, but it's like that's why I think it'll be the thing. It'll be the dugout for the Nottingham Forest game, and I'm sure there'll be another. Don't win and you're gone thing. That's what I reckon will happen. That's what I reckon. Because it's like, I think by then, for the Forest game, you hopefully have, well, he'll probably start with Skamaka. Bloody well hope so. You'll have Wostain back as well. Cornet may even be in the squad by then, possibly. That's another week, and it's another week. Maybe not, probably. But, yeah. I mean, Zuma's still in his boot, isn't he? So, but then
Moyes basically wanted to get through these 3 games without taking a hammer in all 3 games.
Yeah,
Moyes will publicly probably moan about the players and say, "That's not what I wanted to say. That's not what I set up. That's what I want." But privately, he's probably thinking, you know what? We played Newcastle, Chelsea, and Spurs. We got 2 points. We only Goldie's only lost 2, and now he's going to say, "Now we've got to run where we've got to win games," and that's what he's probably looking at, which. When you're down the bottom, is a way managers do. But as for us fans, we're like, why are you thinking like that? You should be wanting to try and win.
But that's game. Exactly. But that's what they're trying to. That's what we're in. Unfortunately, we're in a situation now where that's going to happen. And that's what we're saying. If they decide to keep him, so actually you're going to get. It's literally Moyes' ball to try and keep us up, and it's not working at the moment.
And then get rid of him in the summer and get someone else in.
Yeah, I mean that's the path. I think
that's what I reckon. That's what the owners want.
Yeah.
Because they're saying, well, look, Southampton and Leeds are both struggling to get a manager in. Southampton are basically at the moment, each year you see one team that's down there and each team, there's one player that just drags a team by the scruff of their neck. Last year it was Everton and it was Pickford and Richarlison.
Yeah.
Between the two of them, they dragged them over the line. And it looks at the moment like Southampton may have that in Ward-Prowse. Because if Ward-Prowse doesn't do anything, they don't. But there's still a way to go. It's just the way we lost is, I think, what's more annoying for everyone else. It's like, there was no passion, there was no drive, there was no. It was literally like we come on this pitch and was like, right, let's get a point.
Yeah.
And then once they scored, there was no way of, how do we score? Which is weird because the last two games we've conceded and then scored. That has been one thing Moyes has brought back into the team, is that in the last couple of games we have conceded first, but we've still scored. You're like, don't worry, we'll still get a goal in this. Whereas today, you just did not look like we were going to score.
No,
we could have played.
We could have played. We could have played all day, and we wouldn't have scored. Match us where he's focusing his camera.
Yeah,
you're right. Gone. We could have played all day and looked like we should have scored. Yeah, I totally agree. It's and then obviously we've got Forest next week. Then we've got Man United in the Cup, which will probably end up winning, just because it's us, just because it's West Ham, and we know that Man United are going to they'll put all the kids out because they've got they've got Champions League, Europa League, haven't they, and stuff like that. Then Brighton away, which we never win against.
No, that's a big fat 0.
Yep. Then we got Villa at home. Don't know which Villa will turn up. We could get something there. We know which Villa's going to turn up. Then we got Man City away. Okay, see you later. Worried about us? Yep, big fat 0. And then we got Southampton at home. They might have a manager by then, but they might be. So we should win that one. Fulham away, we'll probably get something there because Fulham, I think, are starting. Arsenal at home, probably maybe a draw. Bournemouth away, yeah. And then Liverpool at home, and then Palace away. Yeah, so it's no game's easy, as we know. And plus we've got all the Europa League, Conference League in top of that as well. So yes, indeed. And why FFS does it take Moyes nearly 20 minutes to make a sub? We don't know. Options are limited. I think you're in terms of the available managers, I believe. I think that's what you're trying to say. Wish I was a betting man. As I said, we would lose 2-0. We've lost 13 games this season. Moyes needs to go. And even the subs are like for like with no change. 2 up top. We tried the same old and hope for the best. Well, I think towards the end they went went to a back 4, didn't they?
I think the problem was he made them 2 subs, didn't he? And he literally bring Benrahma and Johnson on.
Yeah.
And as soon as he brought them on, we conceded.
Yeah. It's a good point, Ashley, in terms of those 2 games, actually, the Chelsea game, because obviously they did. But so Spurs played in the Champions League as well.
Yeah, away and lost.
Away. So it's you're totally, I mean, we could really have, particularly that side, particularly with the people like Bentancur wasn't playing, Hugo Lloris wasn't in, Ryan Sessegnon wasn't there, Bissouma wasn't there. It's a real opportunity to really have a go at them and really get into that midfield. Yep, indeed. Potter will be available after the Dortmund game. Would you boys take him for the rest of the season? I don't think, but it's not a case of us taking him. It's a case of him wanting to come to us. No, probably not. Would he want to come to us?
If he got sacked, I'll be ringing up his agent straight away saying, "Are you interested?"
Well, then, yeah, but the same as the whole
thing.
If
he says yes,
I'll
put the contract in front of him and get him to sign it. And after he signed it, we'll sack Moyes.
Well, I think it's the same. It's the same thing as same with Jesse Marsh and Southampton. Southampton said, "Oh, it's all right. We'll get Jesse Marsh in. We'll get Nathan Jones." And Jesse Marsh went, "No, you're right."
No, yeah, because they wanted to give him 6 months, and he was like,
"But that's what I mean."
They wanted to give him contract to the end of the season. So you're like, no.
And then so that straight away now is just and to be honest, anyone who comes in won't have will have the same thing. We'll have a 6-month contract, because if they're looking to sell the club or whatever, then they're not going to want to tie a manager down to a long-term contract. New owners come in and go, actually, I don't want him. I want this fancy one. So it's like it will be a 6-month contract, and so then we'll have all the situation that we have in the summer.
Different with Potter though. I could see if it was Dyche or Benitez or.
Yeah, but I can't see Potter wanting to come.
That's the other side of the argument.
That's the thing. It's like, yeah, we take him. I think I'd love Graham. I love Potter as our next man. I think it'd be great. But the fact is, he'll probably get sacked from Chelsea. He'll want to chill out, and then he'll probably want a bit of a break, and then he'll look and and then someone will go, Pochettino. Pochettino's not going to come for 6 months, is he? You know what I mean? So it's like, so then you're stuck with Benitez. That's it. That's the fact of the matter is you stuck with Benitez, and people are all in the chat. Oh my god, I fucking hate Benitez. If you hate boys, you can hate Benitez even more. It's like, for me, it's like it's the to be honest, that discussion, that Moyes out discussion, isn't until the end of the season. It's till the end of the season because nothing's going to happen until the end of the season.
When we're in the Championship, and the team gets
is what it, yeah. But and it's not our decision to make, is it? Doesn't matter what.
And then Sullivan gets like half the money he wanted for the club because we're in the Championship.
That's the thing, yeah. But that's the thing. He won't get. As people go, oh, it's they're bleeding. He's bleeding the club dry. End of the day, if they get rid of a manager, he takes them down. His value of his club's gone right down the hill.
He won't get 650 million. He might get about 300.
No, exactly.
A team in the Championship doesn't own a stadium.
Exactly. So, they're not deliberately wanting to take us down to the Championship or something. I read some stupid article the other day. Well, no, of course they don't, because actually the value goes down.
The value of the Premier League club is only worth so much because of the TV revenue that comes into it.
Exactly. Yeah. You're totally
right. And the TV revenue is like that in the Championship. It's like 15 million if you're like top.
Yeah.
It's like 5 to 10 million, I think. And then like 15-ish, 15 to 20 if you finish like top. And then it's like 1 to 5 in League One and then like nothing to 2 or something in League Two.
Yeah.
That's why these people now moan about we need to work out how to re-trickle the TV money down because the Football League doesn't get enough because the Premier League gets so much.
Well, that's this whole thing about the European Super League as well, isn't it? It's the same thing. It's like the bigger clubs like the Juventus going, the Premier League got too much money. We need to distribute it fairly.
Jamie Carragher put him in his place the other day, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Jeremy. It's fine.
He did indeed.
Right.
Can we get the take away from us if we get relegated? I don't know. I think actually we get cheaper. No. We do get cheaper.
Yeah, it's probably concessions to get cheaper if we get relegated.
Yeah. Yeah, ultimately, Moyes is failing. Mickey is. Look where we are in the league. He's failing. He's failing. It's the team are failing. It's him and the team.
He will turn around and say today, he's like, "Well, I haven't failed." Like Ogbonna did. He'll turn around and say, "Look, if you take Ogbonna's 2 mistakes away, if Bonner's 3 yards up the pitch for the first goal and 2 yards deeper for the second goal, like if he lets Kane control that ball, Son doesn't score." Kane probably stuck him with his back to goal if he gets touched tight on him. But he tries to muscle him and tried to get in front of him and then lost the header. First goal, if he's 2 yards up the pitch, Ben Davies is offside. And Moyes says, take the 2 mistakes out from my most experienced defender and it would have been a 0-0. And I got the point I wanted.
Yeah.
But the mentality of just going, let's put 9 men behind the ball, leave Antonio up front of his own and try and get a point, doesn't work. All the other teams down the bottom don't do it. This is the one difference, I would say, pretty much between us and everyone else. Even like Daesh, it's you get aggressiveness on the wings. He's playing they're playing like a 4-5-1, but the midfielders, one of them's taking it in turns to push up alongside the centre forward like Souček, and he's like, get it wide and get crosses in.
Yeah.
But they're trying something. The rest of them are trying attacking football. We're like, even against Arsenal, you look how much they dominated Arsenal for large parts in attacking sense. We don't press up the pitch. We don't press high. We don't attack. It's just sit back and try and counter attack. And when you've got three defenders against Antonio, what do you expect him to do?
No, you take it right, man. The
tactics foul the players.
Yeah, they did, man. Right, it's really my Sunday now, so
yeah. Well, at least it's Sunday afternoon and not Saturday morning.
Yeah, but we've only got like a little sleep and it's Monday morning again. I'm gonna go. Any final word? I think the Claret and Blues boys were in the moment. So if you want to moan up going over there, I'd say in a minute because they'd start in a minute. I'll listen to what Nick's saying.
Go over there and see them. We've had enough.
I know. Well, I always cheer you up, Mandy, because we've been through a lot worse as West Ham fans, haven't we? Been through a lot worse. Remember that season? Thing is, without the internet and the YouTube, people forget about that season we finished on 42 points and we were absolutely gash with all these England internationals. So I always look up.
Yeah.
Anyway, always every cloud.
Could be Avram Grant.
It could be Avram Grant. Yeah, exactly. We could be, could be Southampton, but they won, didn't they, the weekend? But anyway, it could be there's a lot worse off. There's a lot going on in the world. Anyway, so Claret and Booze will be quite fun, I think. So go over and chat, give the boys a bit of support and give some love. Right, final words, Matt.
Harry Potter's going on at the moment. Can we do that spell that we just forget what's happened and just go on to the next game?
Exactly. Yeah, I watched it. It's a good series on Disney Plus called Extraordinary, and there's one bloke and his job, his mental power is reversing time. So it'd be nice to just reverse it and start again. Anyway. Nicky's going to go nuclear at the moment, probably doing a full Chernobyl meltdown. Oh, bless him. Right. All right, guys. So take care. We'll do the ratings, all the stuff coming up. And yeah, let's go and get ready for the Forest game, I suppose. That's what we've got to do, innit? So we got to go. Take care. Stay safe. Stay warm. Stay humble. And come on, you Irons. See you later, boys. Bye-bye.